Higher ground, a satellite at CES. What are we doing here? Darren, what is that in your hand?
Yeah, so this is the Sat Pack. It's a Sat messaging device, and it allows you to stay connected even if you're not in cell or Wi-Fi.
And it's a very simple device. It looks like it just plugs onto your phone and anyone can use it, huh?
Yep, it works for Android and for iPhone. It just clips onto your phone, and then we have the SpaceLink app in order to basically send text messages over our satellite, our partner satellite.
And this is different than a lot of expensive satellite phone solutions. Why don't you explain how it's different and what that translates into a cost?
Yeah, sure. So most of the other Sat messaging devices are all subscription-based. But we partner with Intelsat, and they have geostationary satellites, and that means they're at one location and they're always available. So we think that's better both for emergency preparedness and then also cost. So we're much cheaper than the alternative, so it's not a subscription model. So it is pay per use, and it's about 40 cents a message, which is no big deal if you're in an emergency.
And it gives you, the app tells you where to point it when you send your text message, right?
Yeah, so I'll send a message to myself, to my Android. I'll just say, hello. And then we're inside, so this is a simulation, but you start and you're originally pointed away from the satellite, and then it directs you, and unfortunately it's right toward your camera. And then, so I'm now perfectly aligned with the satellite, and I'll show you in a second what it looks like when it's pointed. But it says it's transmitting, and now it's checking and ready to go on to the next phase. So I actually just got a message. It says, hello.
Because it also will receive your messages when you pointed it at the right spot, right?
Exactly. So in emergency, you want to be able to say, help, I need help, and then, yes, you got me, good, now I'm confirmed you're coming to get me, that sort of thing. It's two-directional.
And you guys have been working on this for a while. It just launched a month and a half ago. Why don't you tell us kind of about the process?
It was a long process. It turns out to be harder than we thought. So these are geostationary, so they're 22,000 miles up, and we're the first company to make such a small package to work with these satellites. So you might have DirecTV or Dish at home. These are the same sort of satellites that those connect to, and this is basically the size of a credit card.
What sort of battery pack does that have in there? Will it last a while?
Yeah, so it's actually off pretty much the whole time until we connect them. And so it'll last for a couple months just sitting. And then when you use it, it should last 200 or 300 messages to the satellite.
It seems like there's a huge market for this, from the casual camper to law enforcement. Have you had interest from some of these organizations, whether it be government, commercial, whatever, to buy these?
Yeah, so I was a Boy Scout, so we've talked to Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts, this would be really cool for just an emergency prepared thing if you're out in the wilderness. I actually keep one in my car, so in case I ever break down and I don't have cell, because we're not subscription, I can just keep it in my glove compartment and be ready to go. But yeah, for hikers, for campers, and then also there were 16 national disasters last year, and so if the cell network goes down, or if you need to get in touch and you can't use your cell phone, this is a great thing to have in what we call the go box. So like your rations, your extra clothes, family heirlooms, and a sat pack, just so you're ready to go in case of emergency.
Does it give your GPS information as well?
Yeah, so we have a setting to be able to send your location. So I don't know if you can see, there's a little pin there, and so I can turn on and off my location. So in an emergency, I would say, hey, come get me, here I am. And it'll send to the person, and you'll know where you are.
Excellent. And it looks like you have an entire roadmap ahead of you, and so...
Yeah, so we have a couple of other ideas for what we're going to do next. We want to go global. First, we have to start here. We only launched a month ago, so don't let me get ahead of myself. But Intelsat, our partner, has satellites all over the world. And so it would be, and we've had lots of interest here for South America, Africa, where there isn't much cell coverage. And so that would be another place that we'll plan to go in the future.
Excellent. Images at this point, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, not really going to happen. David is working on our next version, and maybe you'll be able to send pictures, but not yet.
Okay. Well, Darren, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks so much.